Hey, Zara Music Company family. This is Kyle Schaefer here, owner, operator, founder of Zara Music Company. This is our fifth installment of what we like to call our signature solution, which is the student transformation process that we think is possible for all of our students. And so, if this is your first time watching this series, I would just recommend that you pause this video and go back to video one because it's going to make a lot more sense whenever you sequence all of these videos together. And so, here's kind of what we're walking through today. We came up with this system, this process, this transformation to better put to words what our mission statement at the top of the screen is after. We really think that what we do here at Zara will inspire a love of learning in all aspects of a student's life. And so in the first video of this series, I dive a little deeper into what it looks like for a student to be safe and seen, to take them from being nervous to feeling known, even if it's at the end of a first trial lesson. In the next video, I talk about how we can balance both structure and fun. How even a student who might be bored or a student that might be chaotic and it's impossible for them to focus can actually find some balance and some motivation in the fact that you can balance both structure and fun. The third step was talking about how important it is to learn the language of music. It's far beyond rote memorization. Learning the language actually helps you to understand what's going on and really be successful as a musician. You can read any song and play any song that's ever been written. Then last video, I talked about how we can grow on stage. When students have performing opportunities, they can step from fear into confidence through a purposeful performance. So that's why we offer 2 performing opportunities each year. And all that sets the stage for one of the most exciting turning points that we see in a student's journey, which is this fifth step of taking ownership. And as a parent myself, this is something that I really desire for my young kiddos right now too, is really just taking ownership. This is where we believe students move from dependent practice, like telling them exactly what they need to be doing and how often they need to be doing it, to really self-driven growth. This is often the moment that parents start to tell us something just feels different. It feels like something has clicked. And so by this point, students usually have a few months of lessons under their belt. They've had an opportunity to perform on stage. They have really truly started to see the fruits of their labor, the fruits of their hard work. And now they're beginning to believe, hey, if I really practice, if I really take the time to prioritize this regularly, I can actually get better. This is when students start to take the bull by the horns. Parents often ask, how does this independence actually happen? Early on, it absolutely does require parental involvement. For those of you who are parents with kids, especially like under the age of 10, it's just like whenever you first taught them to brush their teeth. I'm experiencing this right now. I have a 2-year-old at home, and at first, like we just give her the toothbrush. Like we have just given her the toothbrush, put a little toothpaste on there, and just like if it's in her mouth for 5 seconds, that's a win for us, because at the end of the day, we're not necessarily teaching her the depths of her teeth brushing skills. We are just wanting these regular patterns to turn into habits. And so just like we teach our kids to brush our teeth, we really feel like parental involvement really helps build those patterns and habits of practicing an instrument. Our goal is that practice time actually does eventually become as natural and expected as brushing our teeth twice a day. So in real life, what this looks like is students begin sitting down to practice without being asked. You used to have to say, okay, I'm going to set the 5-minute timer and you're going to do this. And it used to be a chore, and there used to be a battle, and there used to be a fight, or maybe if you're older kids, a 20-minute timer. But then we see this pivot to students asking better questions and taking responsibility for mistakes instead of avoiding them. And practice kind of nuances a little bit more toward being more about quality and not just about quantity. The students are actually seeing that, oh my goodness, whenever I'm deep in this world of practice, I'm losing track of time. This is something that we really want to see in all of our students, and we should be seeing at this stage in their transformation here at Zara. What we often call this is kind of like a practice power up. You start to see focused and intentional practice time. We dub our students habit heroes who no longer look at practice time as a chore, but rather just a habitual thing that you do regularly because you love it. And every parent's favorite phrase is that moment when you're telling your kid to go practice and all of a sudden they kind of stop you where you're at and they say, I've got this. This is where students learn discipline and ownership and self-motivation. These are skills that transfer into schoolwork, responsibilities, and really just all of life. we do believe that music becomes just the training ground for learning how to show up consistently, even when things are hard. And so, this is what we mean when we say that we desire for our students to have a love of learning in all aspects of life. Because not only are at this stage are they experiencing a love of learning their instrument, but it's starting to lay the foundation for a love of learning in other avenues. So, in closing, if you are a family here at Zara and you're watching this and you're thinking, man, I'm just not sure we're seeing this in our students right now. Like, I still have to fight and it's been 6 months. Or maybe you're sitting here and you just heard what I said about how important it is for parents to be involved in early practice rhythms, like early on. First, I just want to say no shame whatsoever. We want to be here to empower you, mom and dad, and feel like you can step into and have those hard conversations and tell them that they can do this and have those hard conversations. We want to empower you to do that. But also, like, please keep having conversations with your instructor. This is something that we train our instructors to have an eye for. When our students start losing their motivation and losing their interest or fighting back in lesson times or not practicing, showing up to lessons unprepared, our instructors are equipped to enter into those conversations about students remembering their why. Like, why am I taking lessons? What's the ultimate desired outcome that I want as a student? And so please keep having conversations with your instructor. At the end of the day, like, please keep feeling comfortable to come to us to talk about what you're experiencing in your lessons as well. We are constantly refining our curriculum, improving our instructor training and our parent communication so that every student has the opportunity to reach this stage and beyond. And so just know that we're in this with you, and we'd love to partner with you to help your child take ownership of their learning now and for the rest of their lives.